I have been alive for 22 years, going on 23, and I ain't seen so many bad fucking takes. Like I genuinely don't get how motherfuckers are this bad at just saying Will Smith is in the wrong. I don't care how any of y'all want to slice this, because a lot of people are being hypocrites. And I was honestly gonna wait for tomorrow. I was getting people together for a round table. I was getting people together to like have like a discussion about this. But I'm seeing dumbass takes on Twitter and it pissed me off. So, for those of you who didn't care enough, like everybody else until it happened, Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. No, he didn't punch him. No, he didn't punch him. Because I see people saying, oh, he punched him. Oh, he punched him. Look at the fucking video. He clearly open hand bitch slapped him. That's number one. Number two, for all the people, black, white, don't care, who are going around saying, oh, he set black people back. I ain't Will Smith. I'm not a part of Will Smith's tribe. I'm not a part of his upper echelon. I'm not his friend. I'm not his brother. I'm not his son. I'm not his father. Stop bringing me into this. Stop bringing everybody else into this just because Will Smith couldn't take the joke. And yes, it was a joke. If you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. That don't give you the right to walk up on stage and just slap the piss out somebody. And guess what? For all the people in the back that saying shit like, oh, how could he win this award even though he slapped him? The Oscars, Grammys, whatever the fuck this shit was, is fake. It's predetermined. He was slated to win since Friday. I'm not certain why y'all sitting here being amazed. Radio, I love radio, but she brought up something. Oh, if he had my views, he wouldn't win. This ain't about politics. It's not. I don't see why we making this a thing about politics. It's a bunch of actors who don't care about the common man, who just want to sit around and shuck and jive with each other, getting a fucking award that probably none of them deserve. Spider-Man should have won some of these fucking Oscars, but that's besides the point. My core issue are all you people, fuck you. You threw me off my groove. All these people trying so hard to make this a thing of, oh, Will Smith was defending his wife. And guess what? You have every right to feel as though that's what he did. I'm not saying you should walk up on somebody and slap them. I'm just saying, if you feel like he was stepping up for his wife, cool beans. Why aren't you talking about Regina Hall? Regina Hall made a crack about their marriage. Chris Rock made a joke about what it's called, alopecias. He referenced G.I. Jane, which is a movie I'd never even seen. I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. And then you got Will sitting there saying, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I just had to sit there and laugh at you, bro. I couldn't take him. I couldn't take him too serious. There's parts of me that just feels for him just a little bit, because it comes down to, all right, you've been the butt of a joke for about 2 years now. 2 years you've been the butt of a joke for entanglement. And you sit there, you got all these people online making fun of you. Probably some people in your close friend group throwing little petty jabs at you. And you bottling all that shit up. And that's why I emphasize with his speech after the fact, which I'm not even going to attempt to show, because I don't really know how big corporations like when you use all their footage. So I'm not even going to risk that. You can find him having his acceptance speech after the fact, talk about, in this business, we got to just sit there and smile when people throw pot shots at us. And I can understand that. I can truly understand that. I can truly understand you being upset. You got to deal with all this 24/7. Still don't give you the right to walk up on stage and slap somebody. Because what you going to do? That's Chris Rock. And I hear he not pressing charges, which I didn't expect. But imagine if somebody like me made a joke and you slap me. I'm regular degular. My twisted mind, I can sue you. And I can walk away with a lot of money. And anybody in this chat, you would have probably did the same thing, because that's Will Smith. And it ain't like, oh, he defended his wife. Nigga, they roasting you right now. They on your ass now. You got Tyler Perry, Madea, ugly ass, getting him like during the commercial, my brother, you can't do all this shit. He really can't. Like, there's part of me that understands you emotional about it. You upset about it. That's fine. Nobody's saying you can't be upset. Everybody draws the line at smacking people. Because if you think it's okay for that, If you think it's okay for somebody to not be okay with a joke to the point where they don't just say, hey, that wasn't funny. Like if he would have just said, yeah, that wasn't funny, everybody would have let him slide. This wouldn't have been no big deal. But the dude was so pressed about it, he slapped somebody. And credit to Chris Rock, because he a better man than me. Because if I was on stage cracking jokes and one of y'all slapped me, I'm fucking you up right then and there. I'm getting banned from the Oscars. And just because I thought of this, because I think it was me and Derek talking, or maybe it was me and Morris. Ricky Gervais grilled all these motherfuckers in one of these past award shows. What if Ricky Gervais, whatever his name is, made that joke? If Will Smith get on stage and slap him, he a 100% hero to some of y'all. Because Ricky is white and Will is black. And oppression Olympics are really great. It is pathetic. And for everybody in the back, because I know you waiting to chomp at the bit, you waiting for the smoke to die down so you can give your hot take. If you try to make the fucking comparison of Dave Chappelle and the transgender community, you are proving my point that it's all fine to make jokes about other people, but the minute you get made fun of, no, we can't have it. We can't do that. You can't make fun of me. I'm marginalized. I'm oppressed. I'm the victim. I do not need to be made fun of, and if you make fun of me, you're discriminating against me. Take a fucking joke. And the sad part is when all this happened, I was majority on Will's side. I really was. Like, ask Tipster. Because Tipster, like, DM me, and I said, I understand where Will is coming from. But then, like, as I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, damn. Not really. Like, because if I think about it, this nigga overreacted. Because if this would have been a thing of he just check him after the show and be like, hey, that wasn't funny, nobody would have cared. Of course, TMZ would have been like, breaking news, Will Smith checks Chris Rock after an insensitive joke. But it's like, God damn, dude, you just opened the floodgates. Now motherfuckers are really gonna make you feel like you soft and you sensitive. I see cuck being thrown around. I see simp. But it was either Abba and Preach or Playback because they made them videos quick. And I watched all three of them because Abba and Preach just uploaded another one. He didn't go at August. He ain't go at the dude who was actually in his wife. And that's another thing. Anybody is free and clear to say whatever the fuck they want. You live your life with your partner however you want to live your life. That's perfectly fine. That's you, not me. I'm not having no open relationship. Never. Call me possessive. Say whatever the fuck you want. I'm not having no open relationship with nobody. And because y'all have seen me do it, I don't really mention my love life on this channel. One, because not a one of y'all gonna care. Two, because I don't want no weirdos trying to find anybody who I fuck. Why? Because y'all niggas is weird. And again, I'm one person. I'm one guy. And look, all the motherfuckers, because I see Ash bringing it up, saying it's staged. Part of me is like, how the fuck could you say that? But then part of me is like, maybe. I'm not going to throw that it's with stage shit out the window completely. Can an open relationship actually work? It worked. If everybody's okay with it, yeah, it could work. But if you somebody who's like, okay, but in the back of your mind, it's like, I'm not fucking with this. Of course it's not going to work. But guess what? In Will's case, it's nobody's fault but him and his own fucking wife. Why? Because his wife got a fucking round table talk where she exposed the shit. She had this man looking stuck, stupid, and sad live for the internet to see. And the internet gonna roast the fuck out of you. Because as much as people want to sit there and say, oh, the internet, it's a wonderful place now. Oh, 2016 was the Wild West. And we don't do anything like that anymore. You got motherfuckers who are terminally online, which means they online 24/7 saying and doing the dumbest shit. The motherfuckers was going to get made fun of regardless. They are the butt of the joke. Anytime somebody gets exposed as cheating. I'm not gonna lie though. The memes was fucking funny. I can't lie. The memes was the thing that actually gave me like the sense of comfort. She's already ruined Will. Yeah, Will was emasculated 2 years ago. And I get it. All that shit he had bottled up. People saying he's emotionally damaged. People say he needs mental help. I don't know the man. I don't know his mindset. Because after all that, after he smacked him, after he cried, that motherfucker was dancing, partying. He was like, yeah, he was having a fun time. He was holding his award up like, yeah, I'm going to dance. My wife probably fucking somebody right now, but I'm going to go dance. Like, bro. I ain't going to lie. When he sat back down, he was like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. There was a sense of, ooh, all right. We had this little moment right there. And it was just like, bro. So the thing that made me turn on this fucking stream is because for some reason I'm seeing people with all these hot takes, and it's just like nobody asked, nobody cared. But I will say the funniest of the bunch is this one. Dude, and this is the thing that makes me love the internet. Because in these moments where we could just sit back and just laugh at some shit, I'm glad we can't ever take nothing serious. I'm glad we have the moments where this is the greatest shit ever. And just a side note for everybody, who cares about this dude? Like him on the screen. Who cares about this guy? The man faked a hate crime. He went missing. He sat in jail for 6 days. He got that Subway sandwich put up his ass, and he didn't like how rough it was. And now he out of jail. End of story. Send it to the server. I'll do it after the fact. Oh man, I already said that. So we're not gonna slap Laverine Cox or Regina Hall for their entanglement joke. No, for 2 reasons. They women. That's it. Like, of course he's not going to. Of course the man is not going to stand up and just slap the piss out of a woman. Of course he's not. Because he's gonna have anybody on his side if he do that shit. If that man would have just saw that, and the sad part is he was laughing at that joke too. He laughed at that joke, and he kind of laughed at the G.I. Jane joke. But once Jada gave him that little side eye, like, it wasn't funny no more. So he felt like he had to defend his wife. But of course the man not gonna slap Regina Hall. He wasn't standing still. He ain't feel the need to say it. He ain't scream, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. But no, he's not gonna get on stage and slap him. And slap her, my bad. Because that would have been 100% bad on Will. And everybody would have agreed with that. There would have been nobody who would have been like, well, I kind of understand Will slapping Regina Hall. Like, what? Nobody would have took that man serious. Now, another hot take. Will Smith's slap of Chris Rock was a display of toxic masculinity. I want to know how. I dead ass want to know how this got anything to fucking do with toxic masculinity. We can't just sit here and just laugh at the motherfucker. Let me hide my DMs. I don't know why I got that shit just open, all in about. But why? This got nothing to do with toxic masculinity. This is just a grown man not being able to take a joke. A grown man thinking it's okay to be on TV and just slap somebody and act like he the big bad. And again, I understand Will is frustrated, and I said it. I'm gonna have to keep saying it because motherfuckers like taking shit out of context. It is okay to not find a joke funny. It's different when you put your hands on somebody. Cause if Chris Rock or anybody who make that joke was up there and they slapped him and they would have retaliated, Will would have been sitting there looking like a prime bitch, and we all know it. Should I read this article? Do I even want to read this article? Do I feel the need to read this article? uh, and like I was so dead ass about it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a bunch of people and we're gonna talk about this shit tomorrow. But I'm seeing all these takes and it just pissed me off. Sonny Hostin. Will Smith slap of Chris Rock was a display of toxic masculinity. Sonny Hostin, a co-host of ABC's The View, blasted actor Will Smith for attacking a presenter at the Oscars on Sunday night, saying his slap of comedian Chris Rock on live television was a display of toxic masculinity. I have to say, that was a show of toxic masculinity. If he felt offended and emasculated by Regina Hall's joke or Chris Rock's joke, you don't act out in violence. Oh, well, I wasn't, well. I'm turning the corner on this article. This is not a show of love. That's a show of violence. Smith shocked onlookers when he stormed the stage Sunday evening, blah, 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 blah. That's the joke. I'm not going to read the joke. Pinkett Smith has revealed that she has alopecia areata, a disease that causes hair loss. She has frequently discussed the challenges of hair loss on social media. Hostin said Rock's jokes was initially fair game against the Smiths, who have led extremely public lives in recent years. Will was immature. I think he was childish and I think he was violent. That's something that we tell our children not to do. Our children would be suspended from school for doing something like that. Use your words. And when you live publicly, you don't open yourself. Oh, wait, let me read that again. And when you live publicly, you do open yourself to jokes and commentary. Wow. Okay. I've completely turned a corner on this article. I thought that was just going to be some weird think piece about toxic masculinity. Whoa. Okay. Motherfucker's 100% right. Because if you got kids right now, you teach them one thing. Don't put your hands on nobody. They can make fun of you. They're going to say some things you don't like. But do not touch them unless they touch you first. That was the rule that was instilled in me. If somebody say something to you, and then if somebody say something to you, say something back. If they touch you, that's a whole different scenario. That's why whenever I got in a fight, I always let somebody hit me first. That way I got my alibi. I'm acting in self-defense at that point. PR stunt. In what way? I'm not saying like I'm not here to call you out. I'm just here to say like, how is this a PR stunt? Like, in what? Like for who? Like for who? Because usually a PR stunt works like it's to build somebody up. Who is this building up? If anybody, is Chris Rock. Because Chris Rock, as soon as people actually sit down and think, people gonna be like, "Oh, Chris Rock, you poor little lamb." You was just making a joke. How dare he overreact? This not gonna help Will. It damn sure not gonna help Jada. I'm pretty sure one of them Smith kids said some shit and it made them look dumbass as fuck. But it's like, this not gonna help them. So I didn't really say that to really call that person out, the person I mentioned. But it's just like, who is that helping? Like in terms of the stunt, who is that going to actually bring forth to? And again, I just have to go to these takes. I'm really interested to see what people got to say about some of these takes. Uno momento as I share the screen once again. That's not the screen. That's the screen. So tonight was the death knell for comedy, and this final blow didn't come from Trump. Oh my God. And his cult, but from the sanctimonious Will Smith. Sorry, I almost burped. Smith is now to comedy what Putin is to peace. Both are important to civilization. Will Smith isn't any longer. He isn't any longer what? Important to civilization? He's a celebrity. He's not really holding that much stake off the TV screen. So on that part, we kind of are square. But to act as if this dude is somehow equal to Putin or Trump, or saying that comedy was going to die because of Trump and his cult is completely fucking stupid, because if anybody is going to ruin comedy, it's the emotionally damaged bastards that like to get up and cry foul and say everything's racist, everything's transphobic, everything is a problem, all because motherfuckers are laughing. And I have to say, if you hold that stance, you can't make a joke about nothing or nobody. Because if you gonna sit there and say something like, Dave Chappelle's a turf. He's transphobic and all this different shit. Chris Rock is being whatever fucking word means to disrespect black women. Then you can't make a joke about nothing. Because if you make that joke, somebody gonna look at you and say you offending somebody. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? And again, I have to say, it's kind of sad that a dude who makes jokes for a living now has to have it in the back of his mind. Somebody might walk up on stage and slap the piss out of me. And at that point, if they do, fuck them up. And I see people talking about free speech. Oh, well, this is an attack on free speech. I'm gonna be honest. Some speech I don't really go with. And y'all know what type of speech I don't go with. The type of speech that involves grown adults talking about how they want to boink kids or they're attracted to kids. Like that type of speech I don't go for. But comedy? Comedy? What motherfuckers are just supposed to be making fun of you? I like, from what I understand about professional comedians, everything fair game. Everything is liable to be talked about and be funny. So I don't see how anybody can have a problem. The only motherfuckers who have a problem are the ones that feel personally attacked that can't take a joke. Yet, they all love to point, not even point, they all love to make jokes about other people. Should I open the floodgates? I will say though, everybody stop talking about Ukraine. Everybody shut that shit up. Like as soon as this happened, oh man, war? What war? World War III? I don't know nothing about that. I'm seeing some of y'all say fake. It's fake. It's fake. How do we know this? Like I'm genuinely asking. I'm not saying that like to saying y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I'm saying, like, how do we know all this is fake? Because the Oscars were already worried about ending up like the Golden Globe. I'm sorry, but they're all like that. The only people that watch this shit are actors and writers and movie reviewers that need something to talk about because they know something is going to be cringe about this. And this just so happened to be the thing. Maybe to boost ratings. Them 30 seconds? That's supposed to boost the ratings from whatever it was to 50 million people? That? Because next year, or the Grammys or the Emmys or whatever the fuck next, what they gonna do? Have everybody slap each other? Have a free for all? Somebody say something or trip somebody up or punch somebody and everybody start fighting? That's gonna make me watch. Because honestly, award shows, any of them, not just these, they got something online. I like the Twitch Awards or some shit, like the Streamy Awards. That shit's pointless. The Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards is pointless. The ESPYs, I don't know all these other ones, but they all fucking pointless because it's just a bunch of people sitting around and one person get on stage, say thank you, and leave. Not really anything I'd be interested in. Sorry. You know what? Fuck it. If any, I'm interested. I want to know what people would think. So I'm gonna open my floodgates. I was supposed to have a fucking video today. My video is supposed to be uploaded already, but I emergencied and I pushed the shit back just so I can talk about this shit. A distraction. A distraction from what? Because the same people, because I see, as you mentioned, somebody's laptop. The same people that's making videos about this was not talking about Biden's laptop. I wasn't talking about dude's laptop because I don't even know what the fuck is in it. So if we being honest, I ain't never like seen some shit pop off to where it's so much so it's gonna distract us all. Cause yeah, it's gonna be for like these 5 little minutes. It's gonna be for my, oh look, it's God. Oh no, somebody's in here. It's God. God wants me to know. Hey yo, why you in my recommended? I don't know. Why am I in your recommended? Kick me out your damn recommended. Then who are you? What you gotta say? Me to know. Hey yo, why you in my recommended? I don't know. Why am I in your? Turn my audio down.
You take care.
Who are you? Take care. Me?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you. I'm sorry.
How you doing? What do you think about Will Smith bitch slapping somebody?
Oh my gosh. So I wasn't expecting this. Oh my no, absolutely.
Turn the audio down. What do you think about Will Smith bitch slapping somebody?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Are we not in the infinite time loop anymore?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea if we in an infinite time loop. Do you think Will Smith was justified?
Okay, so I think that it was ridiculous. It was insane. Like, I've never seen anything like that on live TV before. I think that he could have played it off, but then when he started cussing, it like freaked everyone out.
It was a moment of, all right, I guess that might have been a skit. But when he's sitting there saying, well, look at him. Wait a minute. Will Smith stood up for his wife. Move along. Move along where? Oh, he stood up for his wife. Why didn't he say nothing when Regina Hall did something? Why was he nowhere to be found when, not Regina, when his wife sat right in front of him and let him know we was in an entanglement? Standing up for his wife? In what capacity, my good man? What if Will was white? If Will was white and he smacked Chris, it'd have been over. It would have been over. Oh, here go my fellow Negro. You back again, ain't you?
Yeah, I am.
What you think? Will Smith justified?
Nah.
What do you mean he was defending his wife? That gives him grounds to slap the shit out of somebody, right? Wrong.
Honestly, no, it doesn't. Like, on one end, yes, you can't understand what pushed him to that extent, right? I mean, he's been taking a lot of shit for a while, but still, come on.
And again, I think for like the fifth time, Will he's been the butt of a joke for 2 years. The man has been made fun of for 2 years now. I can understand him being like, all right, haha, yeah. But I think admin appreciated it. The fucking pot was being filled up with all these jokes, all this water, all this time. Chris Rock was the one that had the last drop that let it overflow.
And then it just blew up in his face.
Yeah. And again, for everybody that's like, it was a PR stunt. For who? Like, because it's supposed to benefit somebody. And the only person I can see this benefiting is Chris Rock. Because if Chris Rock, and I don't think he's going to do this because I've seen Chris Rock talk about shit and how he thinks of life. Chris Rock not going to get on camera and be like, Chris Rock going to take that shit like a G. Chris Rock probably going to be like, maybe I was wrong, but he's not about to go on no bitch train about it.
Oh no, yeah, on the contrary, he's already taken, I'd say he was already like taking this like a G. Honestly, how many people, whether it's not even about, you know, acting tough and all, like just if you get hit, are you going to hit back? Most people will. At least most guys I know will. Even if you know you're going to get your ass kicked, you're going to fight back, usually. So the level of restraint that took already, to me, that is already something that's quite impressive.
Like, I get it. Chris would have to apologize 100%. If he comes out and apologizes, whether publicly or privately, I'm not gonna really care. Because a bunch of people gonna sit there and be like, no, you bitch, why did you apologize? You just ruined comedy and all this shit. Man, shut the fuck up. The man's, if he feel like he wrong, just like I said about Joe Rogan, if Joe Rogan felt like he did something he needs to apologize for, let him apologize. And if he's sincere about it, it should be over and done with. But because motherfuckers never want to let shit die, it's gonna be a whole week thing.
Yep.
How you doing there, good sir? I know I just dragged you in.
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. You think Will Smith justified?
Hell no.
Oh.
He lost the justification the moment that Jada fucking chopped his nuts off on TV.
See, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on.
I've got two things to say on this, though. Number one, I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, you can't slap Chris Rock because your wife has
Man, no,
Oh.
And number two,
no.
Will Smith. You can ask my wife her head, but you can't make fun of my wife's head.
It's sad because I done heard that joke about 10 different times today.
I mean, there's been so many variations of that, but
look,
it is fun. It is true.
Like again, I'm gonna have to keep repeating myself because somebody gonna think I'm justifying the dude hitting him. It's okay to be mad at the joke, but to put your hands on somebody because of it, you done lost that. You done lost a little bit of credibility there in that. And the whole thing, the joke wasn't even about them fucking. It was about her head. So I see people talk about, oh, make a joke about the marriage. He made a joke about the marriage. No, he didn't. Made a joke about her head. She's bald. She got alopecia. I can't control that. But again, Chris Rock knows it. Dave Chappelle knows it. Any comedian will tell you, any comedian that's actually funny, because the ones that's unfunny going to say something different. Jokes on the table. Any and everybody is liable to be made fun of. Small kid with something in his eye, liable to be made fun of. Obese woman, liable to be made fun of. One-legged man, liable to be made fun of. Diff, liable to be made fun of.
Yeah.
Voice of Free America, you liable to be made fun of. Me, liable to be made fun of. Y'all can crack any jokes y'all want about me. I'm a joke back, but I'm going to piss you off. But if I piss you off to the point where you decide to hit me, then I'm going to fuck you up. So I'm going to make fun of you and fuck you up.
Based.
Yep, I feel you fully. Pure and simple, I get made fun of all the damn time. And you know what I do? I just crack back. Some joke about me, I make a joke about them. And that's the way it should have been handled.
And
Pure and simple. Will Smith was actually salty about it. He should have, or I know he's made jokes before. He should have just fucking clapped back. Let it end at that. That would have been entertaining for the audience. That would have kept Chris Rock from blowing up over the freaking joke. Unlike slapping his ass. Because you know that that's nothing but free fucking publicity for Chris. Considering the fact that despite being a piece of shit, according to allegations, Will Smith puts on this whole Mr. Nice Guy act, and then he goes up on stage and smacks the shit out of Chris Rock. That's just fucking free publicity for Chris.
If Chris wanted to do a comedy special, he got all the attention on him now. Fuck.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's probably.
I ain't gonna lie, Will did slap the wrong dude, because if he's slapping anybody, he should slap August. Any other words y'all got to say before I let y'all go?
Not much, really.
Well, I hope y'all have a good day. I'm glad y'all came in here. Diff, I'm still mad at you because you came back in my lobby and held up them signs like I didn't fucking see you. You jackass. I'll see you in 4 to 10 years when you actually try to surpass me as the sexiest black to exist.
More
on
like
YouTube.
2 months, but yeah.
Oh, it went from 2 years to 2 months, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 4 to 10 years. But you two gentlemen, be safe.
All right, bye.
The point being made about Will, like, having all this shit being said, Will should have been bottling this, not even been bottling this shit up. Let me change that. Not bottling the shit up, but like having some way to actually just let it all out. And that wasn't it. Hey, people bringing up therapy. If he got to go to therapy, go his ass to fucking therapy. If it's just something where he got to talk to his wife, talk to your fucking wife. But to act as if you not liable to be made fun of now, or act like you so sanctimonious, and he got on stage like, I want to be like an example of peace for my people. Nigga, this shit ain't got nothing to do with the rest of us. This is between you, Chris Rock, August, Tupac, and your fucking wife, and your fucking kids. This shit ain't got nothing to do with the rest of us. We good. We laughing at y'all. What is this? Will Smith should have been reprimanded for his consequences for putting hands on somebody. It wasn't gonna happen. And I think Chris Rock even said he not pressing charges. So good luck. If you want to protest for Chris Rock and be like, I want him to press charges, you're gonna have a long time trying so hard to make that point. But I do see your second comment. I wonder if it's gonna show up. Everybody jokes, but people can't handle jokes. That's fair true. Everybody loves to criticize, but nobody like being criticized. Criticize. What do you want, Connor? Connor. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times.
Wait, here. Hey there. How you doing?
What do you want, kitty cat? What do you think? Will Smith justified? So Will Smith was defending black women, bro!
The most oppressed class in America.
Black women! Bro! You don't side with Will Smith, you hate black women, bro! And all this stupid shit.
Yeah, I don't think it was justified at all.
Are you telling me a man can't slap the piss out somebody for making fun of something?
Personally, no. No, I don't think so.
I'll be honest. If Chris Rock would have like walked in front of Jada and like smacked her on her bald head, then I'd have been like, Will Smith is justified. I'd have said he'd have been justified. Because if you making a joke is one thing, but if you go up to somebody, you see their bald head and you give them that little meat slap, nah, you tripping.
I was wondering, has anybody brought up like the inevitable, like, white supremacy somehow was involved in?
Oh, I hope so. I desperately want to go hard because for some reason Trump got brought up.
Oh no.
Trump for some reason gets brought up in this. I don't know why. Don't know how.
They'll find a way. I don't know.
Motherfucker thought Trump and his cult of right wingers was going to ruin comedy. Comedy was at its peak when Trump was making fun of niggas. You had motherfuckers sitting around. Oh my God, I see Cuck trending on Twitter. I see Lock Him Up trending on Twitter. Oh, but that's related to Donald Trump, so never mind. Bro, there's so many fucking people get ready for their hot take. Like, just sit back. Because that's what I did. Because at first, I was on Will's side. But I thought about it. I'm like, this nigga is a pussy. Like, Will walked out of this like a puss. I can't side with this man on this. Boy, look like a puss.
Pretty much.
What do you think? If I made fun of you right now, would you come slap me in my face?
Man, I don't know. I like you and all, but if you come after me in my handsome mug, I ain't liable for what happens to you.
Are you telling me you would be aggressive towards me because I'm making jokes about you?
That's probably some kind of ist. I apologize.
Oh, you sad little man. I agree. Dave Chappelle for the Oscars next year. You want to see somebody try to slap Dave? Oh, I won't see it happen. I see motherfuckers like Charlamagne the God talking about, if Will Smith, you shouldn't have did that. I watched Charlamagne get slapped in his fucking face and he ran like a pussy. I'm not worried about what he got to say.
Very true. What about, I'm trying to think.
Bro, if you breathe on me, it's 5 fingers. I ain't gonna lie. That depends. That truly depends. Because if somebody just close to you, we all bunched up in the elevator, I'm gonna have to really like just control myself at that point. But if a motherfucker just like, yeah, you getting slapped in your fucking face. Get out my ear with that.
Yeah. What do you think of some people saying that this was staged or something? Like,
can we ever? Like, no? Like, you saying it's staged, but do we know?
It's true.
Like people talking like it's 100%, and I'm leaving the door open for it. People saying, "Oh, Chris Rock, he winced at it. He was ready for it. He knew it was gonna happen." I mean, that's one aspect. Anything else? No, that's really all I got. Oh, I can't really sit there and say it's staged, then, bro.
Yeah, speculation, man. You can't really convict someone like that.
Oh, my darling, my Moon, Hero Moon. What's up, Moon? How you doing, Moon? Ash D-Mac wants to give me the lowdown about how all this was staged, so now I'm interested. I truly want to know. I desperately want to know how all this was staged. So, Ash, check your DMs, because I know you DM me a lot.
Good luck.
Hold on. Let it all load up. And then I'm going to send it. Because I'm sending it off my phone. Bop! All right, I think I sent it. It should be there. So bring your ass on in. Moon! Going once. Going twice, Moon. 3 times.
No.
4 times because you my artist. I gotta let you go, Moon.
Oh.
Can you send the link? You was just in here! Moon, you was literally just in here! Oh, Lord, this shit did all this now. I hate sometimes when I use my Mac and the shit that's like fucks with my screen a little bit. Oh, the fuck up. Anything else you got to say before I let you go, Connor?
I guess thanks for all the work you do, Leon. Like, seriously, half the videos that I've been watching lately, it's just shit that I've been thinking for the past couple of years, and I just can't say it.
I was supposed to upload the video minutes ago.
Oof. I'm looking forward to it, man.
But fuck, I saw these badass takes, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. Let's do it now. I'm apologizing to Derek, Morris, and anybody else I was sending DMs to. I'm sorry. I like it just made me mad because I know all y'all at work right now. But fuck, let me keep opening these floodgates for all you humans.
Yeah,
Pooping like I'm no longer trending. Oh. But all right, Connor, you have a great day.
You too, man. You too.
Let's talk what? Let's talk why it was censored in the U.S. U.S. got censors for curse words. What? This has been a thing for years. Y'all act like it's new. Other countries did not censor the clip. I think they might censor it after the fact, though. Mooney!
Hey.
What do you think? Will Smith, justified?
Well, no, especially for a joke. Like, I think it was kind of a reaction, and I was kind of surprised and a little disappointed because of him of all people.
What do you mean? He's defending black women, bro. He's defending minority women.
Well, as a minority, I kind of feel insulted if someone had to do that for me. Like, I can take a joke at least more days now, you know.
Let's see. Who is this? Great Live. What do you want?
Hello.
Hello. What do you think? Will Smith, is he justified? He was protecting my black women, bro. That's the only excuse anybody can fucking think of.
He honestly could have handled it better.
What do you mean handle it better? That's the appropriate way to do it in this society. Jokes are offensive now.
Well, I can say that slapping was over the top. If he didn't like it, he could have just voiced it or something, you know?
What do you mean he did voice? He said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
It's just my opinion, but maybe he could have worded it a little better.
That's true. And I will say, for the people that's like, oh, black on black, oh, how could he do this to her? I saw Shannon Sharp be like, oh, how could you do that? We collective. I'm sorry, but if I could just be honest, ain't no we in this fucking thing you call the black community. Because as many of y'all sitting there saying, Will shouldn't have done that. Will, why did Will do that? Where the fuck are you niggas at when niggas shoot niggas? Huh? Like, where y'all at when somebody who is black takes the life of a black person? That's down here, and Will Smith smacking somebody is somehow more important. Enough! Who are you? What do you want? What do you want to say? Marquise, I don't know how to say your name. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving people chances. Y'all gotta make sure y'all got y'all internet right. Or y'all mics on or something. Moon!
Yeah?
I can't believe you, Moon. You supposed to be with Will Smith, cheering him. He slap anybody that's talking about a black woman. If he see me on the street and I make fun of him and his wife, and he slap me, you're supposed to applaud him. You supposed to be on his side. Vision, what do you want? Going once. Going twice, Vision. Going 3 times, Vision. Vizon Z Multimedia. Yeah, there. I'm trying. Nobody want to take the chance. Do I have a Discord? Yes, I have a Discord. Don't know what you want with that though. Mic not working? Make it work then. What the hell? How you gonna tell me your mic not working? I'm not there with you. You know what I want? I want a black woman to come on here, not to disrespect you, Moon. I want somebody who actually believes Will Smith did that in defense of all of black women, or Don Lemon. I love Don Lemon to fucking come on. I want to see Will Smith smack The Rock. Yarko, let's try this again, motherfucker. Yarko. The fuck? I just fucking let you in and you just fucking leave? Oh, fuck you then. Don't come back then. Fuck. He did it because he's unhinged. I think he did it because all this pent up frustration. How do I activate my mic on this server? There should be an icon down there that looks like a microphone. And when you click on it, it should allow you to start speaking. Let's try this again. Yarko, what do you think? Will Smith justified? Yarko. I'll go once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Oh, Yarko, you disappointed me, dog. Great life. I don't know why you didn't say that out loud because I'm interested too. I want to know what Joanne Reed got to say about this. Joanne Reed opened her mouth about every other thing that pertains to white on black. Well, I hope she says something about this. I hope he got something to say about this.
Hey, Leon, do you think that what Will did kind of counts as black on black crime in a way?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The man, he assaulted him. And it's sad that so many people think just because they say he got assaulted, that makes Chris Rock go turn around and act like, oh, it's time. I'm going to press charges. Chris Rock not going to do that. Chris Rock already said he's not going to do that. So look, I'm going to keep putting this link in because I'm interested to see if somebody's going to come on here and say, I agree with Will Smith. Vizon says he thinks he's got it. Vizon, going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. You're out of here. So Will Smith is defending a wife that put him on blast about macking her kid's friend, idling Tupac more than him, and stated his efforts is trash. Yeah. You know, love is love. Love makes you do crazy things, bro.
Like
of all things, this is an assault on a comedy. If we're being a little bit honest with ourselves. You know? If we're being a little bit honest with ourselves.
So, Leon.
What?
Earlier somebody said something like if Will was white, you would have gotten immediately canceled, right?
No, I think what I said, I think I did say something like that. But the other thing I said was, if he would have smacked somebody like Ricky Gervais, oh, hey, all black Twitter would have been like, yeah, he did it, yeah. Like, as if the skin color justifies the slap. But if he was white, I don't think motherfuckers would have been on his side. Because remember, Chris Rock is black. So if a white guy smacks a black guy on national TV, white supremacy galore. Oh, white privilege galore. Oh, all this stuff galore. And I would have said the same thing. overreaction for a damn joke.
I'm kind of curious what would happen if it was neither black or white.
If
Like,
it was,
could it be a
if he was
Latino
Mexican?
or Asian? Yeah, Mexican.
Use the right words, Latinx, damn it.
hate
Be
that word
culturally
so much.
appropriate to your Mexican
hate
brothers
it
and
so
sisters.
much. If you try saying that word in front of a Latino gang, you're in for some trouble.
I see it with stage. I'm still waiting for motherfuckers to say how. Where the fuck are you, Ash? Maybe you in my DMs trying to tell me something. Yeah, maybe I'm not looking at it. Let me look at my DM. How the fuck do I set this up? Motherfucker, you was just supposed to join the link and press join server. That's all you were supposed to do. Silver. What do you think, Silver? Justified, unjustified?
The Bold Adventure will slap by Lori Hensley. What?
Going once. Silver.
Hello.
Justified or
Hello.
not? Let me know.
Not justified at
What do you
all.
mean? He's defending black women. Black women, the most disrespected group in American history.
Still, I don't think, telling a joke gives you right to attack somebody. Actually, I've just got on Twitter. People are having takes. They're saying, if you make a joke, you should expect some people might hit you, and I just don't think that's right.
That's not a good enough reason for that.
No. Incorrect. Here's the thing. When in any capacity, YouTuber, comedian, you should expect somebody to criticize your joke or be like, I didn't really like that. Or, that wasn't really funny. That don't give you no credence to slap somebody on a stage in any capacity. Because guess what? If a motherfucker slap your pissy ass back, what you gonna do? You gonna get on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Hey, I was made fun of and I was defending myself and I stood up and I slapped him. He had no right to slap me back. You sound like an uncontrollable pussy that's dry. Like, bruh, calm yourselves.
You also heard that somebody named Judge something said, like, Chris Rock could have died from the slap.
I saw that and I'm like, can y'all shut the fuck up? Oh, and speaking of people that need to shut the fuck up, I need to find this tweet.
Question, Leon, do you think there's any way Will Smith can recover from this, at all?
Yes,
How so?
absolutely, because this is not a stain on his career.
True,
This ain't no real stain on this man. This ain't no real end point for him. This is just something everybody gonna laugh at.
That's true. Everybody will probably forget about this in a week or two. But it kind of sucks, though. He won an Oscar, and then everybody's just talking about this.
But hold on. I'm about to kick each one of y'all out of this. No disrespect, because I got to show everybody something. So give me about a couple minutes.
It's cool.
So, everybody, we just referenced how people need to shut the fuck up about this. Somebody truly needs to shut the fuck up. And it's the one and only First Take host, Stephen A. Goddamn Smith. Stephen A. Smith running through the codes, trying to make it a thing, talking about this. He got 1 tweet, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5 fucking tweets about this. He talking up and down about how this is bad look on Will Smith. Will Smith, such a shame. Y'all see it, right? Will Smith, that's not Will Smith. That's not the Will Smith we know. That's not the Will Smith being talked about. That's a fucking Twitch streamer. That is a bona fide Twitch streamer. Now, I don't know if Will Smith has a Twitter. I don't know if his Twitter is under a different app. But everybody on this motherfucker ass right now because Stephen A is so fucking dumb, he didn't understand that he was tagging the wrong person. So everybody just take a collective moment and just laugh at Stephen A. Smith. A reporter, a journalist, yes, in sports, but you would think somebody who has to report on news regarding sports does research, right? So if you were to talk about something and tweet about it, you would think to make sure to at the right fucking person, right? Is that such a bad idea to make sure you're adding the right person? You know how many fucking times I've tried to at Gothics on Twitter and I added the wrong fucking person? Like, bro, is it this hard? Oh, man. I feel bad for the white Will Smith. He is getting ragged through the coals probably all night. His DMs probably flooded. He probably getting a lot of followers, but even still, such a poor ass look on Will Smith's part. P-Dog, why you not in your studio?
Because I'm cooking some fish. Why?
You cooking fish?
I'm
What you
about
cooking
to.
fish for?
What's that?
What you cooking fish for?
Because my daughter and my son-in-law just had a baby, and I've been cooking a bunch of food for them.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I have a grandbaby now. I'm old. I'm officially old now.
What do you think? Will Smith,
Man.
justified?
Justified?
Yeah, he's
But his
defending
slapping
black
Chris Rock?
women.
No, man. Look. He didn't slap Chris Rock to because of Jada's honor. He slapped Chris Rock because he couldn't slap Jada.
Oh no, wait a minute. I don't think we should condone it now. Come on now.
Because he been running her through she been running him through the mill with this what's that dude's name? His son's friend?
I don't know, something August Agencia or something.
Yeah, see,
August Alopecia or something.
See, that was like all the first. Look, first you saw him laugh when he first told the jokes, right? At first, the joke, right?
But he saw
You
his
saw him
wife
laugh.
looking
Jada
like
wasn't laughing. Jada laughed at first. If you look at her face, she smiled, and then she gave that look, and I thought it was a comedic look for the Oscars, but she was serious, and I think Will looked over there and said, "Oh," and she gave him that "you better get up there" look.
It's
she was
like
doing what
even
she-
still.
Like Rage Against the Machine says, you do what she told you.
And that man he showed him. He embarrassed himself.
He did, and a lot of people saying it's fake. That was not fake, not fake at all. Because his first of all, by the way, if you stop that right when he slaps Chris Rock, you see Chris Rock's right hand come out of his pocket.
Yeah, because he was about to go, but then he realized they got cameras on him.
He had that. What's that meme? The cartoon meme where the cartoon clenches his fist.
You talking about all the way he holding his fist?
Yes. he was ready to go, and then he thought, "Oh no, there's a lot of people looking at me right now."
Yes.
And he had a joke ready too when he was when Chris was Will's yelling at him, keep your wife's name out my mouth or out your mouth because they should, and I know he had a joke something like, it was just a joke. It's not like I slept with your wife.
Jokes are offensive, P-Dog. Don't you know that now? We can't laugh about nothing. We can't have fun with nothing. We can't make fun of nobody because then they have full 100% right to come slap the shit out of us and we can't do nothing back because we hurt their poor little feelings. Oh. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, man.
He's doing that. Granted, the Oscars don't get the worldwide pull it used to, but there's enough people watching going, you look silly up there. And I know all these people saying, if it was a white guy, it'd be over. It would be over. But if Chris Rock was a white guy, they'd be celebrating in the damn streets.
Oh, no doubt.
We ain't talking about this shit on Friday, though. There's going to be something else to come up between now and then to keep us distracted from Ukraine.
And this is the thing. People like to say, oh, man, he set us back. Oh, man, this is a distraction. Oh, we can't keep it focused. How many of you motherfuckers was paying attention to Ukraine anyway?
Right.
And I'm not talking about people that's actually like making videos and documenting what's going on. I'm talking about the people tweeting, talking about some stage just meant to distract us. Get that fucking flag out your bio. Get the hashtag out your bio.
Ukrainian flag. I was over at work yesterday, and some joker had one of those. It's like those football flags you put on the side of your cars.
I got one right now. I got me a Broncos flag in there.
Yeah, well, someone had a Ukraine flags on there. I'm like, you couldn't find Ukraine if someone spotted Europe.
Hashtag Team Will Smith. In what capacity are you Team Will Smith? I want to know. I want somebody to come in here who's defending Will Smith.
That's what I want to see. I want to see who wants to defend him.
Not to like make fun of him. Not to like really sit here and dogpile him. Just like to see who actually thinks Will Smith was 100% in the right. And I see somebody who mentioned gas prices. Motherfucker, we was talking about gas prices for a week. Now it's over. Nobody care no more.
And or Dr. Fauci either.
I never cared about him. I don't know where he went. He disappeared. I don't know where he went. I thought that.
Yeah. So, man,
I'm gonna keep putting this link in, and anybody who is downright saying they want to defend Will Smith, you are welcome to come in here.
That's what I want to see. Who's going to try to defend Will Smith? I mean, I can see him being upset, maybe saying something to Craig afterwards, like, "Hey, yo, Chris, you might want to just cool it with that shit." But nah, just to go up there and slap him on national TV. Oh man, I don't understand it.
What? Anything you gotta say else, P-Dog, before I let you go?
Say what?
Anything else you gotta say, P-Dog, before I let you go?
Oh no, man. Looking forward to having you on my show Friday, and we'll see you then. I'll send you some info later.
Good man. I'll see you on Friday.
All right, brother.
And for those who don't know, I will be on P-Dog's YouTube channel on Friday because we're celebrating this 800th episode. But before I bring two individuals in that I think will make this conversation a lot funnier, I want to show everybody something. And I think it's the biggest overreaction of anything. Will Smith may be asked to hand back his Oscar due to breaking the Academy's code of conduct. Now look, if it's a rule to not put your hands on somebody, and that's really something that's viable to make you get your Oscar taken away, Grammy, whatever the fuck it's called, fine. I don't really care. I really think it's an overreaction because the motherfucker was slated to win on Friday. You know what I'm saying? People act like, oh, it's dangerous for him to be up there after slapping somebody. Man got up there and cried. How dangerous is he? But I just wanted to show y'all that real quick because it made me snicker and laugh. Now, if you remember the last stream I did, somebody came in here and just let shit sing. And a lot of people didn't like him. I thought the conversation was quite good for what it was. And I'm going to bring him back. Chaotic. And I'm going to bring Ash in too, because I think both of y'all going to make this a little bit interesting. I think y'all both going to make this interesting. Chaotic.
All right,
Going
can you hear me
once.
now? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, hey man.
So what y'all think? Will Smith justified?
Well, here goes the thing, man. I don't think that is justified, and I do have coming up in 30 minutes, and I saw that you were on live, and I wanted to come over and say what's up to you. But what I do want to say is this. This is another example of blacks being in white spaces and acting like a damn fool. And if
explain that.
And if I was in charge of that, I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
No, I was just saying, explain that.
I mean, this is a high society event. This is an event that generates millions of dollars. This is an event that literally has politicians, all types of people of higher society watching and applauding. And you have this Negro street fighting over some damn words. My God, this is the Oscars. This isn't the damn Source Awards. This is not the Hip Hop Music Awards. This is the Oscars. This is high level shit here. Okay? And if I was the committee, I would say no out for the next 2 years.
See that?
Go ahead.
Now let me ask you, are you joking when you say that?
Go ahead.
I hope so.
Sir, I was up here the last time. Did it seem like I was joking? I'm 100%
I don't know. I gotta ask.
Sir,
it's important to make sure before I say what I gotta say. Because if you just making jokes, you're making jokes.
No, I'm not making jokes, sir. Listen, I have seen it in my lifetime. I'm a little bit older than you. People, we will move into a neighborhood, and then 2 or 3 years later, it looks like Bosnia. It looks like a war zone. We tear up shit. Go ahead, sir.
Let me ask you. Because you did this in the last stream, And I was letting Christian and P Dog
Go
and
ahead.
Derek say what they had to say. This we that I keep hearing, I don't really jive with that because I don't do that. I'm gonna throw an assumption out and say you don't do it either. Hold on.
Not all
Hold on.
Go ahead.
And so when you say this thing Will Smith did, we all agreed, all three of us, dumb, shouldn't have happened.
Yes.
When you say it's dumb, and then you say blacks don't need to be allowed at the Oscars for the next 2 years, I don't really jive with that because that has nothing to do with everybody else. That got to do with Will.
Let me tell you
Now, if the committee is like,
something.
we don't want to run the risk of Will being here, and they ban him for like a year, then that's what they do.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they are going to do.
Sorry.
But to make that a thing of everybody else, I'm not really with that.
I have a live stream I got to do in 30 minutes. Let me finish this real quick, okay? This may sound horrible, especially coming from a black man. I love my race, but I know, man, about my race more than a lot of people do. What's gonna happen, sir, is there's gonna be another event, might even be a shootout with some blacks, and then whites are not gonna want to come, and then the Oscars is gonna lose the prestige that it once had, and then it's gonna become the Source Awards instead of invitations. Is going to be $20 ticket. You're going to see 50,000 people packed into a room for the Oscars. It's not going to be the same. Eliminating blacks from coming for 2 years will save the integrity of the Oscars. I'm not trying to be racist towards my own people. I'm trying to be
whoa. I'm not saying you are being racist. I just want to make that clear. I'm not saying you are being racist. Keep going.
Niggas will tear up the Taj Mahal if you let them. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to bring Diff in because Diff came back and he looked like he's shaking his head. Diff, you got something you want to say?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but with all due respect, Mr. Chaotic, I've listened to you for 2 streams now. Holy crap!
And here's the thing, Ash, hold on just a second. I'm gonna bring you back. The thing that people, because I see people like have opinions about you, Chaotic, and I just want to make it clear. I don't think you being racist. I think you're generalizing.
No, I'm.
I just think you're generalizing based off one person and the thing they did.
Listen, not all pit bulls bite, but come on, sir. Would you rather have a golden retriever or a pit bull? Come on, sir. Stop.
I mean, I'm not really a dog person myself, so I'm gonna just say that. Here's the thing: if one pit bull bites me on my arm, of course I'm gonna be weary of that pit bull the next time I go around them. But in terms of like the rest of dogs, like I'm not about to be like, oh, get rid of them. And so when I hear you say like, oh, because of Will Smith, we need to ban black people for 2 years,
It's a bit much.
You're losing me there.
It's a bit much. I mean, look, as you said last time, you're 37. You've had experience. You've had your set of experience, and as such, you've formed certain opinions. But don't you feel like you've gone a bit too? You've gotten a bit too extreme in some cases. I mean,
no, I'm not going hard enough, sir.
You're talking about banning an entire race. Holy crap! This is some Jim Crow type shit. I mean, do you realize exactly what you're proposing here?
Yes, I do. And when you get older, young man, you will understand. Niggas are destructive. White people are constructive. Go ahead, sir.
Now hold on a minute, because again, that's that generalization. Yes, we could pull up examples of black people being destructive. That's not everybody though. You got black people who criticize other black people for being destructive. And the thing that kind of lost me yesterday or the day before,
it was
you mentioned about the Japanese not being as destructive. Like, again, that's a generalization. Because Christian gave you some examples of Japanese people who are destructive. And maybe it's not in that same length. Maybe that's not in what you categorize as destructive. That's fine. But that generalization you're doing, it's losing me because everybody's not going to react the same as Will Smith. You got white people who think Will Smith in the right. You gonna ban them too?
Yes, physical violence is never the answer. He did
Okay,
not
cool,
pose a
cool.
threat
Right
to
there.
agree on
his
that.
Physical
wife.
violence not the answer.
We all
Physical
agree on
violence
that.
is not the answer. We all agree on that. So why
No one
not just
disagrees.
take out the person who was the violent one?
Sir, listen, Will Smith is the staple for black people. He is the comfortable Negro that whites like. And if they see that he's violent, then what do you think will happen if some blackie like me or the gentleman act a fool? Come on, sir. No offense, but go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, Diff.
Go ahead.
Do you hold Will Smith in the upper echelon of your life?
No, not really, to be honest.
You go based off of, I would assume, you're not really concerned about other people and how they are perceived. You worried about making sure you're seen as an upstanding human being, right?
Exactly. To be honest, the only role model I have is my father, who
Like,
is a non-violent person, by the way.
and there's part of me that agrees with Chaotic because there are white people that look at like a few blacks and be like, oh, this is the one that should emulate black society. And I'm gonna put them in the same category as you, Chaotic, that generalization. Cause niggas, a lot of niggas not destructive, a lot of niggas not peaceful, they don't smile, they don't do all this. That generalization for a whole race off of one person is not really going good. That's not how you map out people's behaviors.
The thing that is so bad about these generalizations, at least to me, is that is something I've seen way too often, be it from, say, the groups of black people who say that whites are the devil, or from racists, say KKK members or whatever. Is that these generalizations, they just don't work. They are so harmful when it comes to public discourse and the advancement of society as a whole. I mean, when you start looking at everyone, if you start looking at every single individual in a group from a single reductive perspective, looking at them through the actions of a single individual, at this moment you're making the biggest, stupidest mistake. Saying that all black people are destructive, for example, as you've said, I mean, I get your point, right? We do have, when you look at the stats, no matter where you look, kind of looks bad. Kind of looks bad, but also there were black people working in the Apollo program. You know, the idea that some guys are good because say they're white, and some guys are bad because they're white, or the idea that everyone should pay for the actions of others is something that you see in North Korea. That's just not that ain't smart.
Can I say something real quick, sir?
Go ahead.
I knew that the Oscars were going downhill.
We all know that.
No, listen. In the year 2006, when they gave the Song of the Year to It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, that's when I realized, I said, yeah, the Oscars going down the drain. Anytime you allow black degeneracy into high society, you introduce destruction. And again, like the other day when I was speaking of the violent nature of our people, it permeated even last night. Will Smith couldn't help but not to act like what he is biologically supposed to do, act like a damn fool.
So you mean to tell me that black people, you, me, and Diff, are biologically
for violence? Yes, we rap about it. Nigga, stop it. Go ahead.
We don't rap about nothing. I'm not a rapper.
Neither am I.
It's like again, the generalization, you're losing me on that. Because if you just talking about Will, then you just talking about Will. But you're saying black people biologically,
yes, sir,
are destructive.
Yes, sir. You know
like,
it's true.
No, I'm not. Like,
okay,
okay. And then again, I gotta ask you again. I gotta ask you again. Are you trolling me? If you trolling me, I'll laugh with you if you trolling me.
I wish that I was trolling, but you've been to my YouTube page, you know that everything that I say, I mean it. I'm not trying to pretend. I'm not being funny here. We have a bad habit of destroying shit. And the fact of the matter is the Oscars is damn 100 years old, and it has always been that of high society and refinement. When you allow degenerate behavior from cultures that have a lot of bad behaviors, you will destroy what once was great. And the Oscars was the creme de la creme. And what will happen is that the Oscars will be turned over into blacks, and we will bring in our degenerate behaviors, acting a fool, twerking, and it won't be the Oscars anymore. It will be the Source Awards.
Ash, you keep messaging me saying you got insight on this.
Yo, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Safe. Yeah, just on the back of that. So I come from a place of we're all one people and that we're not divided by color. So the way I look at it is like Leon, you were saying, you know, you're independent. So sorry, dude, I don't know what your name is. I missed out there. You know, we don't all fit in a box. We're not in categories. We're just literally, in my eyes, we're one race. We all act independently. I understand where this guy is coming from. Obviously, we saw what happened with Black Lives Matter and everything else with the destruction and what's in the rap industry. That shit's gone downhill. We've seen that happen. Like the people who get boosted up to the top in the rap game, that they're not talking about the truth anymore. They're talking about fucking bitches, money, and all the materialistic shit that nobody actually gives a fuck about. And it's the same old shit repeated. And that's the sort of stuff that gives a bad image on people who are, you know, from native Africa or from countries abroad. And it's kind of like, well, that doesn't speak for everyone, does it? That just speaks for maybe an individual who has the same ideology as someone else, but they could be European, they could be from Africa, they could be from fucking America, they could be from anywhere. But for me, I don't see as color as a defining thing, as a form of a motive. It's just the media and the political spectrum uses that against us, and then that creates the violence and everything else in between. Then the media speaks of that and creates a divide and all the segregation in society. Essentially, that's my take on what was just saying there.
And to bounce on that real quickly, actually, you've brought up something very interesting, because the idea, indeed, of putting everyone in single boxes is kind of stupid, especially when you consider how much of it is cultural rather than just biological or racial. I've lived on 3 different continents, hence the weird accent. And the thing is, I've seen many different countries, and every single country had a different way of doing things, and some were better at some things, some were much worse at some things. Some were very civilized. For example, I've been in Africa. I've been in some countries that were very civilized, others that were not so much. I've been in Europe, Western European countries, very well organized and everything. Eastern European countries, they were sometimes at night you did not want to go out.
Same thing I said the other day. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, no, that is a complete. The thing is, it's not race, it's culture.
It is culture, 100% culture.
But to bounce back on, and the thing you said about Japan the other night, I was listening in the chat that night. For example, when you said that, you know, Japan has superior culture, all that. Well, that rather they were superior biologically or whatever. No, it was cultural again. Look at how they were back then. They were super destructive, and then the culture changed. Culture changed after they got after basically they got their ass beat. Afterwards, they changed their culture, they changed the way they worked, and the country got better that way. It's not biological, it's cultural.
Yeah, here in the UK, a lot of people say multiculturalism hasn't worked, but in some aspects it has. But it's hard when you mix cultures, because that's when things erupt. You may go to another country that's not really with your principles or what you're used to from another country, and then you're like a little bit shocked, a bit taken aback from that. Like me personally, I used to like the idea of going to China. You know, you look at the history of China, and it's just the culture is interesting. And now I'm like, whoa, I don't want to go there at all. Like, it's obviously a dictatorship, you know, and obviously it's not the people's fault, but it's the political realm that's above that is controlling everything below it. But yeah, it's tough, man. Culture is, you know, culture.
Yeah.
I mean, if we
I
want
have
to
to
talk
get up
about
out of
how
here,
bad,
sir.
for example,
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
because
just
you
want
just
to say this
said you
real quick. I
got
had
a
to get
live
up.
stream, so
yeah, true.
Yeah, I have a live stream in 15 minutes, but I want to let you guys know something. I respect your opinions. I respect all of your perspectives, but I will never sway. I'm a black man. I've grown up around my people, and I can tell you, we are destructive. We tear
I'm gonna
up
let
shit.
you know something right now.
Give me
I wasn't
a second.
interested in swaying your opinion. Like
Guys,
if you wanted to voice your opinion here, you can do that. I'm not here to
Okay,
be
let me
like, all right,
let me
motherfucker,
finish
you
it.
listen to what I have to say.
hey guys, I have
Okay,
a
what
theory. What if Chris Rock
Hold
pulled
on,
out his white privilege?
Kello. Hold
Wait a
on.
bit. Wait a bit.
All right.
All I want to say is, guys, before I leave, everybody in the chat listening to me, I'm the Chaotic Truth Live, and I appreciate this young man for allowing me to spew my opinions. But what I will say, and I'll keep on saying it, I'm not trolling. We have to stop pretending as a people. Black people are destructive in the islands and in America. We tear up shit. We go to communities, and the communities look like third world countries after 10 years. We have to stop pretending. And if we embrace that, we could evolve and become a superior race. Now, the Japanese are better than Cambodia. Well, give me a second, sir. I'm almost done. I'm not going to be long. You guys can have
Sorry.
the floor.
It was Leon's face. He just needs to stop making that look.
I don't listen, guys. I don't pretend. I don't sit up here and pretend. Black people even boast about their ignorance and violence. Look at all the rap songs. You don't name me some Asians who talk about destroying their own damn community in China.
Harper.
As a collective, sir, you can name one or two, but as a collective, they generally are peaceful
You
people.
asked to name. I just named.
Can I?
That's all.
Can I finish? Can I just finish?
Let him finish.
Yep.
Let me finish. I'm black, and I will never pretend black people are destructive. And if I'm walking down the street at 2 a.m., I don't want these two blackies walking behind me on the panel. I would rather have whites or Japanese walking behind me. And on that note, I'm out of here. Thank you, sir. Thank you for letting me talk. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on once again.
Thank you, sir.
That was interesting.
Leon, it's so hard to control myself when your face is doing all sorts of weird shit, man. Like,
look, he can come on and say what he gotta say.
100%.
I'm gonna let people say what they gotta say. That don't mean I'm gonna agree.
Yeah, of course.
And I actually think he was a lot was wrong there, but I still let him come on and voice his opinion.
No, I think I think that's the best thing to do. It's better when people are allowed to express themselves. When people are able to rationalize their positions, it helps. For example, all the audience here got to listen to different perspectives and make their own mind that way. So I think it was pretty healthy. Aside from, yeah.
What do you want, Cynthia? The worst Pokemon ever?
What? What are you talking about?
Totodile's my favorite.
Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. I even gave the worst Pokemon a fair chance to speak. That's a shame. That's a shame. Hold on. I think this is the person that said Will Smith is justified. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Bianca? Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times?
Oh, this is funny, man.
4 just because you said you were the one that thinks Will Smith is justified? Yes. You let me down. I really want somebody to come in here and defend him. Condone slapping because you can't take a joke.
I think I have a theory on why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Hold on, let's hear it.
I think he could have pulled out his white privilege card, and that could have prevented it all.
All right, Kello. Any other words if I let you go? And Diff, you the exact same.
Yeah, sorry. This is the first time we met, but pleasure meeting you, Leon. Currently at work right now.
Motherfucker, get up, go do your job. No. Get your ass back to work. No.
He was probably on the toilet. He was probably on the toilet doing a little live stream, wasn't he? That's what was going on.
Diff, any other words before I let you go?
Well, let's see. I guess nothing much really. Just I enjoyed my time here, and yeah, I hope we get to listen to a bit more clownery in the future.
Don't worry, clownery is the mainstay around here. It is to last a lifetime. But good day, Diff.
Bye.
Who be you?
Yo.
Who are you? Nerfitity? Nefertiti?
Yep, Nefertiti.
Nefertiti, my bad. Don't let me butcher your name.
Nah, just listening. It's the first time I actually got a chance to tune into your live stream. I just listening, you know, I never heard a live rendition of Uncle Ruckus. That was hilarious.
Now hold on. Now what do you think? Will Smith, Justified?
Not Justified, but on my Facebook feed, I had so many people, and mind you, I am of also the chocolate descent. Yes, and
my black sister.
And then also of my Facebook feed, a lot of people on there are also of the chocolate descent, and a lot of them were like, yes, my husband would totally do the same thing. He would not let anyone disrespect me. And I was like, did we not just forget that this woman completely dragged this dude on international television? Because I have been studying another language, so I went to, I studied Japanese for a couple years. And so I went to Japanese Twitter, and they were even clowning in Japanese Twitter and Japanese, and like, through their ecosystem and whatnot, their party internet. She dragged him on international stage, but we completely forgot about that one. His face of him crying was a meme for a really long time. So like that was for me, I was just kind of like, and I even said this as like a super chat. We're in the age now, we're teaching children to use their words. Use their words. Do not resort to violence, use your words. But then I'm seeing all these same people that are like, use your words. These same people were like, hey, I agree with him. Yes, smack the shit out of that dude. For saying, I'm like, you guys are hypocrites. You're all over the place.
Now, Ash,
yeah, man.
Ash, you've been wanting to describe to me how this whole thing is staged. I know you've been chomping at the bit, but like, come on, I want to hear this.
I'll give you a little lowdown if you like.
I don't need no extreme lowdown because this.
No, it won't be too extreme. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. So the industry as well. So I kind of got a little bit of a connection with how actors may behave in public or on stage or theatre or on film. So I'm just going to read out what I've written on Instagram just so you've got a sense. It's not too long. It's just enough. So obviously, in my view, it's stage. And we all know Will was a great method actor. He plays with a lot of passion, and he's often fierce in a lot of roles he plays. And from my point of view, the game here is to play with our emotions, make it relatable, and cause a reaction within the public, which it has. Which is what a lot of media outlets do. What a lot of these people do is they want to play with your emotions to get a reaction out of you in order to talk about something else, to take you away from the actual main problems that are going on around the world. So don't get me wrong. When I first saw the uncensored version, it nearly caught me off guard. I was like, shit, this is relatable. But I always remember like one of Will's best performances was in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when his dad left him, unfortunately, and a lot of us can relate to that. And the scene was like quite touching, quite emotional, and he's got that fierceness there, and it's sort of that mannerism, behaviours, and everything. And it just sort of had that very similar to how he behaved at the other as well. And this happens in a lot of films where he's behaving this way, where he's got that fierceness about him. There's a lot of emotion there, and obviously it's method acting. and so his performances mainly use anger and sadness in a way to connect with the audience, and he does it well. He does it well there. He does it really well there. So as I've been on film and stuff, but I haven't had a like definitive role or anything. But you're told when you're acting, when you're performing, you sometimes think of something that can you bring out from your past or experience or life, where you start acting on the spot because you're thinking of something that's happened in your life. So when I looked at that, I was like, okay, so what stood out to me afterwards was the reaction of Will afterwards when he started shouting and saying everything. So he said, about his family and his wife, and unfortunately, like Jada had an affair, and I believe this was something to do with, this was used to display a reaction. So this anger and this sadness was locked up in him, and he wanted to vent it. He wanted to put it out in motion. And when you're an actor, this is something you're always told. When you want to cry, you think of a past experience that's been traumatic. So that made me instantly click that maybe he is just still stuck in the past where, Jade obviously cheated on him, had an affair, and he was just using that emotion and brought it out at the time. But obviously, when you look at the way it happened, Chris Rock's got his hands behind his back. Will Smith is sort of walking up. Chris Rock smiling at him. Will Smith, and it's like that grunt he makes, and the motion it just look realistic. Well, to look realistic. That's what happens in film. And then when you turn around, you got Will smiling, you got Chris Rock smiling, and then the reaction came, and it's okay. If everyone knew this was going on, obviously there might have been a different reaction, but because maybe they didn't tell everyone who was there that this was going to go down, they're going to have an instant reaction to it. So you're going to get that. It's like when the audience clap or laugh or something. Like we saw with Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi. It's sort of they want you to react along with the audience. I feel like Starsan wants to talk. She wants to come.
Before you say something, Starsan, I have to say, you said all that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this is supposed to make me start to think that this is staged. Like,
I don't think it's staged.
like, yeah, he's an actor.
There's one more part. There's one more part to it. So
go ahead.
The game is to trap us emotionally. That's what happens when something like this happens. It takes you away from what's going on around the world. And at the time, what was going on, you had Biden come out and say about Putin, he cannot remain in power. This happened. Shanghai is under huge lockdown COVID rules. Did you guys know about this?
No.
Right. Why don't we know about this?
Well, before you say that,
I'll be honest,
I'll answer why I don't know.
I didn't even know the Oscars was the other day, so that's not what I'm saying.
I'm going off based on what she just said. I didn't know that somebody turned their music off.
So
I didn't know the Oscars was yesterday until I got on Twitter and saw people saying Will Smith slapped.
Yep.
Me too, to be fair. I ignore that. I ignore Hollywood as much as I can.
Didn't know much about Ukraine until it was brought to my attention about a week after the fact. The main thing that's been on my mind as of recently is gas prices, and the rest of the world don't care about that. We was there for it for that first week, and all the people in suits saying, "Oh, just buy a Tesla." Cool.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different reasons why people might not know about something.
It's true.
And to say that it's a Hollywood distraction now, that's one. What's the other reasons? Starsan, you've been chomping at the bit.
Oh, she's muted.
Unmute your mic. You didn't have this fucking mic for about 4 months now.
I do have a conclusion, by the way. So
yours.
I do have the final bit if you want to
hear
the
mic
final
sucks.
bit.
I hope she hear me.
I think she heard you.
Winning well. Just let me know. What was your final point?
So there was one more thing that was distracted away. So I was on Twitter last night, and what was trending was Hunter Biden's laptop, and has been trending for about 2 days. And then suddenly I see Will and Chris come up on my feed. I'm like, what? Who the fuck is Will and Chris? Like, stuff's coming out about Hunter Biden's laptop. We're talking about Will and Chris. Who the fuck is Will and Chris? Then I realized, I looked at it, I was like, oh, right. So this has happened. Hollywood has happened. it's obviously a bit. This is a distraction. That was my initial reaction. Then I saw the uncensored video. Maybe it wasn't. So the final bit, right?
We still can't hear you, Starzan. I'm telling Gothics on you. You sat there and reviewed. You sat there and went through all them mics. Oh, it's the perfect mic. She swore up and down. It's the perfect mic.
This is funny. Gothic. This actually happened to Gothics a couple of weeks ago, and Starzan was taking a mick out of Gothics. No, we can't hear you now, but I did read your lips. Yeah, shit.
When you figure out your mic problems, you can figure it out. Goodbye.
So Leon,
poor little babble.
Leon. So what are the talking points people are talking about from this? You've been talking about them on the stream tonight. You've gone on Twitter, you've gone on social media, and you've been talking about what everyone is talking about from what's happened. So from what I can...
For the next 3 days, that's what people are going to be talking about.
But what parts, what elements, what things about that?
Black women.
Yeah.
Comedy. Mental health.
As a Black woman, I still don't know how this has anything to do with me, but
because you're a Black woman, the most disrespected group in American history, and that's not even a bit. I know a lot of people think that's a bit, but it ain't.
What do I have anything in common beyond my chocolatey skin tone? Have anything to do?
You know what you got to do.
Jada, polygamy.
Birds of a feather flock together, and somebody with a victim mentality will bring everybody into it.
The only way I want to flock together with this bird is on that kind of money. That's the only thing I want.
Amen to that. Starzan, did you fix your problems?
No.
Yeah, your mic's still garbage. Told you. You didn't want to listen to me. I told you. You didn't want to listen to me. You refused to listen to a Black man. That's a problem. Why life not going good for you, white woman? I told you. I told you. You can stick your middle finger up by your womb. Deuces. How you feel? Get out.
No, I think if we're gonna go the route that this was all planned and everything like that, the only reason I could see it is because no one watches the Oscars. This got people trending and talking about the Oscars. Now people are gonna watch next year and be like, oh man, what's gonna happen next year?
Now wait a minute. If that was gonna be the case, then people would have tuned in more after Ricky Gervais, because Ricky Gervais let them all loose, and that was better than this. And people still not watching this shit.
So if that's the truth, I didn't even know that he was even there saying stuff. So that
this was years ago.
Oh well, then that didn't work.
And guess what? Next year,
maybe Ricky Gervais should have slapped somebody.
I'm not watching the Oscars next year. I didn't watch the rest of the Oscars. All I saw was the slap. I didn't have to watch the Oscars to see it. It was on Twitter.
What slap? Yeah, there was no slap. There's no contact there, was there?
It was contact.
That was a contact.
It was contact. Because I see people saying WWE wrestlers make it more believable, but nah, he slapped him.
Yeah, he slapped him. Chris balled up his fist, and then for a split second had to remember where he was.
Well, so when we talked about those points, Leon, that you were just saying, the talking points that everyone's talking about, why do you think, if this was staged, what would be their plan? Why would they want us talking about this stuff?
I don't know why they want us talking about this. I don't think it was staged.
Divide.
All these things. This is the thing. It's true they might want to divide us up. They got better things to divide us up with. They got more credible things.
Race,
who the fuck
sexism,
could possibly care that a dude slapped somebody over a joke about his bald wife? Is the entire world going to be in this long 5-month debate about Chris Rock being in the right? No,
of course.
You had a whole year of people going back and forth with each other because a cop was on a dude's neck. That was more believable to be divided over. Not this.
It's just a small thing, but it blown up quickly because
but this the thing.
It's something to take us away from what was trending, such as the laptop, such as China. But go on.
I mentioned it before you came on, specifically because you was like DMing me about it.
Yeah,
it's a distraction. Let's go with that. How many people was paying attention to Biden's laptop? How many people that's not somebody like you, somebody like Starzan, somebody like Officer Tatum, Gothics, all these types of people? How many of them were paying attention to this and also paying attention to the Oscars? How many people were paying attention to the Oscars 100%, not paying attention to the rest of the world's problems? Everybody not on the
I
same
was
page with
paying
stuff.
attention to it 0% for all of these things.
There you go. You have people who exist that do not care about any of it. They care about one thing, that's themselves. And I'm not gonna be mad at somebody caring about only themselves or what they hold dear. That's what you care about. I can't be mad at you. It's your mind and it's what you think. So I'm not really gonna sit here and say, "Oh, wait, this is a distraction for us," when motherfuckers ain't even paying attention to the shit.
I know what you're saying. I hear you. But it's when the media doesn't talk about something such as the laptop or what's going on in China.
Start saying, do you know when you blow into the mic, we can't hear you because you're not in the call? Dubious little fool. I'm looking at you dance around trying to fix your mic. Don't text me. Put your phone down. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you.
So Leon, the general public, when the media puts out stuff, we talk about it, don't we? Essentially, like the Oscars.
Depends on what it is.
Mainstream media's got their own narrative. You've seen their stuff. You talk about on Twitter.
There you go. Vizon.
Yeah, Visions multimedia.
Oh, my bad.
What's going on, man?
Let me ask you, Will Smith, justified?
Man, fake.
Yes,
fake.
Bro. They got everybody doing what they wanted to do. They got everybody doing what they wanted to do. They got everybody talking.
Yeah,
yes, bro. Yes, bro.
They need that attention. They need that energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what they thrive on.
Let me ask both of y'all. Is the thing about getting everybody to talk. But think about the people that's talking. These are not people that talk about things y'all talk about. This is not shit that they talk about. This is like social media type shit, celebrity shit, and all that, right?
Mainstream.
You think the same people talking about TMZ type news is gonna talk about Ukraine? I personally don't think so.
Nah, generally, I tend to look to people who are right along the same thought processes as I am. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, when I came to your channel, for instance, there was a specific video that caught my attention right along the alley of where I like to keep my focus. You know what I'm saying? Things like this with the Oscars that went down, all that did was distract from the normal focus path of subjects that I like to pursue. Now, everybody who would normally be talking about like gas prices, Ukraine, all that other kind of mess, everybody's got to say something about it. You know, and every time Hollywood comes up with a distraction, it's always because there's something else they don't want you talking about.
Literally.
I'm not gonna lie, it worked. Everybody talk about it.
Leon, you know, I could see in your face when you read out my message earlier as well. I could see your face trying to hide, right? You know deep down what they're doing, because you talk about the commentary of other people, mainly the left and the liberal media, talking all this shit, and you always call it out. The reason they do that is because you want people talking about this shit and not focusing on the main problems that are going on around the world. That's what's going on.
The thing is, I agree with you with one exception.
Go on.
There are people who don't care. You got one in here right now who said that they didn't pay attention to any of it. Not Ukraine, not the thing about the Oscars, not gas prices. Like
say it split 3 ways, 30%, 30%.
It wasn't something I actively went out and looked at. I work in an IT company, and they have they have Fox News Business on like daily, so I would keep up with it on that. But outside of that, if I didn't go into work that day or anything like that, I wasn't actively going out to look for it. So I knew about stuff, but just not actively searching for it.
Let me try.
But it comes up, doesn't it?
Is
she there? I hope she is.
No. You suck, white woman.
Get your headphones. Get some headphones going.
I hope she's not muted from like the restream.
I can't control if she's muted. She controls if she's muted. She has the same streaming service as I do. She know how to work it. She being foolish. You can stick your middle finger up at me all you want. I see you.
As far as distractions go, distractions can be used to deter you from anything they want you to be deterred from. As far as the elites, I mean, when you think about it, You got elites sitting there telling you what you can and cannot do all the doggone time. I mean, people of color all the time trying to tell us how we're oppressed and how we need to be offended at every little thing. And we need to spend every little moment of our time overturning every molecule of dust, looking for oppression and offense and everything. What good does that do us as a people?
As a people, absolutely nothing. As
How
myself,
conducive,
I
how
can do whatever I
conducive
want.
is that to furthering ourselves?
It's not gonna work.
Right. I mean, are we finding work in wasting all that time? Are we finding any kind of success? Can we take that same kind of energy that we take in hating and focusing on drama and all kinds of other people's business and focus on our own business and be successful?
We gotta talk about something. Nope.
I think we can.
Look,
I think we can. Otherwise,
I think I'm proof of. I don't know.
We
I
all
have not
gotta
been
be
following
divided.
anything, and I've been doing pretty good for myself.
yeah,
You
I
you
think
either
we
white
take that focus that we do on every molecule of dust, looking for oppression, defense, and everything. I think we could take that same level of energy and put it into being successful. And without the distractions, we will be successful.
being successful is oppressive.
Nah.
Being
How?
successful.
What are you talking
That's
about?
what they want you to
Look
believe.
at every
Talking about.
successful
That's what
black
you
person. They
believe.
betrayed who they are and all the stupid shit people like to talk about.
I
Yeah,
remember
that's
hearing
what
like
they
one
like
time
to
from
make
being
you believe, you know what I'm
successful
saying?
white.
But the Shaka Zulus are all up in the higher elites. You know what I'm saying? The ones that would sell out their own tribes or the weaker tribes to the others. Keep everybody else down to further their gains.
What do you think, City Small? Will Smith justified? Yes or no?
Oh, I've been sitting here. I couldn't even tell if I was fucking audible. Will Smith is absolutely justified, I think.
Justified in what?
Really?
Because he's an adult. I think he's allowed to behave however he wants. And, like, it's a reasonable response. Even if he personally wasn't offended. How he would look like a fucking pussy if he didn't smack Chris Rock.
He's just
Everybody
angry
else.
his
Hold on,
wife cheated.
hold on, everybody else. Time it out. Everybody else. Because I want to know. You trolling me? Let me know. You trolling me?
No, sir.
You being 100% honest?
I'm being honest.
You think he's right?
Mostly.
So
I wouldn't act like that in person.
So you
I
wouldn't
hope I
act
wouldn't
like
act
that,
like that.
but you think he's right. So if you made a joke about me right now, I have credibility to come find you and slap the shit out you.
I wouldn't send you to jail for slapping me if I was making a rude joke about you or if you were offended. I don't think he deserves a charge.
I mean, he did slap him. And he was the violent one. So if Chris Rock chose to, he could, but he didn't.
I think the response is equivalent to calling him a shithead, honestly.
I feel like you're trolling me right now. I'm being honest. I'm not really taking you serious because you giggling with me.
I was sitting listening to this call for about an hour because I joined the call once I left work. And I've just been hearing everybody talk shit about how Will reacted. But honestly, I don't know if I wouldn't have smacked Chris Rock if I was Will Smith.
See, you smiling right now. I feel like you're trolling me. I genuinely feel like you trolling me right now.
I'm trying to see what was going on.
What you think? He trolling me?
Yeah, he's got to be trolling. He's got to be trolling. This is fake. Next year,
Tell you what, I thought Chaotic was trolling this whole time. And I kind of still do.
Best actor next year for this role, and Jada Pinkett Smith is gonna get Best Supporting Actress, and Chris Rock, he's gonna get Best Supporting Actor, and they'll get Best Storyline. That'll be the awards next year in the Oscars because everybody fell for this mess. That's all I basically wanted to say. This is unreal. People are actually falling for it, but they're doing exactly what they want you to do. Talk about it.
When it started,
they got the attention that they want.
I did think that he reacted irresponsibly, and I thought he was doing that because I did see him laugh at the joke initially, and so I thought that was suspicious.
Yeah,
But
it
then I
rehearsed the
thought,
night before.
what is he thinking before he slapped Chris?
How can I
Because
put on
he
a
has
good
been publicly
performance?
known as this guy that lets his wife walk all over him, and he's getting shit on left and right.
And you got
And
the
so he's
crowd
got to do
cracking
something
up
to
laughing.
assert some authority.
What authority? Wait.
You heard.
What authority do you
You
have in
heard.
that moment? Your wife get made fun of, and so you as a grown man get up and smack somebody across the face. Now, what if Chris Rock would have fucked him up?
Chris Rock got the fingertips. That was rehearsed. He got the fingertips. Look, if he had hit him at that velocity for real, he would have at least staggered a couple of times. He didn't even move.
Yeah,
Chris Rock.
literally. He just went like this. Just went like that.
That was a pump man slap. Like,
Will's a big man. Will's a big man. He would have knocked someone down. Come on,
would have
guys. Like,
knocked him
Chris
down.
To me,
Rock's
that looked like
guy.
a legitimately massive slap.
He got
That
60
real
pounds
slap.
and 6 inches on him.
Yeah,
Easy.
literally. Yeah.
He would have knocked him stumbling. That was a stunt man slap.
Yeah. It was
The same kind of
100%.
thing you find in WWE. Ow!
I mean, in WWE, they at least stomp their feet with the slap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Let's have a
man.
look.
Leon,
Did he
keep
stamp
up
his
the
feet?
good work, man. And don't let the distractions get you.
I mean, this distraction was funny because it provided me all this.
Yeah.
Some distractions are actually useful.
Yeah, I hear you. It's giving me a good laugh, that's for certain. But at the same time, it's kind of sad because, yeah, it's kind of like almost a Matrix thing. Everybody's absorbed in these little tablets and devices and mess and not really focused on real life. You know what I'm saying? We're forgetting. This ain't real life.
Hollywood.
Exactly.
Surprise.
Get back to real life. I'll at you later on, Leon. Stay up, man.
All right.
Bye.
This person been waiting. What you think, hometown boy? Justified, unjustified?
Oh man, that's him. Hello. You've been
Fix
sitting
your
there for
mic.
a hot minute too.
Fix your mic. Going once.
Shit.
Going twice. You blinking in and out. Going three times.
He's in a little
What
rave
is
room.
going on?
I'll let you go.
Oh dear.
QC1.
Hello.
What do you think? Justified, unjustified?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Unjustified, clearly.
Oh, what? He's defending black women. What?
I was tempted to play devil's advocate, but
What?
no, he's defending all the black women. It's no, you just can't. You don't stand up to a comedian in the middle of a set, just slap the shit out of him.
Obviously, you can't.
Sorry, hometown boy.
If y'all watch Dave Chappelle's last comedy special, they had them two fat women right there, not laughing at a thing. Obviously, they couldn't get up and smack them because they was a little bit too big. But you know, if they wanted to, they could have got up there. Damn you, Dave Chappelle, you transphobe.
This has kind of opened the door for that, though. Now, hasn't it? In a way, it's kind of justified people to maybe think they can now do that. And I've seen some comedy acts. Some people throw shit or like try and shout down people. This sort of shit encourages more of that. It takes away actual comedy, doesn't it?
Yep.
That's another thing. It's not good at all.
Will Smith in the building. Let me
No,
in.
he ain't.
Will, I want to let you in, but bro, I don't think you ready, bro.
2 against 4.
Because we're not on your side, bro. I'm not on your. I'll kick everybody else out of here if Will Smith actually wanted to join this.
I do want to make it clear that I don't think violence is the answer in any situation. I think what he did was wrong, but is it a reasonable response?
No.
I do.
No.
I do think that.
No, you just said that it wasn't. That's what it makes it.
So
automatically
again,
not a reasonable
if
response.
you were to make fun of somebody to their face, it's grounds for them to just smack you cold.
I think that's fair.
Like again, I feel like you're trolling me, dog.
I think
Cause
so,
ain't no
man.
way. Ash, if
I'm
you make
sorry,
a joke,
hometown boy.
If that's fair, then Deccan and Back's got to be just as fair.
Ash,
I
if
feel
you
really
make a joke,
bad
does that give
for
somebody credence to smack you in your face?
for Jada, honestly.
Wait, what?
No, no. Words shouldn't condone violence in any way. You got to take it on the chin verbally. It doesn't give you a right to assault anyone.
I'll
Even
tell
if
you
you're
something. Chris was incredibly mature about that. He took it like a man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of fucked up the next part of the set though.
I'm glad he didn't hit him back because he recognized that he had hurt Jada's feelings and Will to a certain extent. And so he let him do it. I respect it.
He could have
Or they
easily
planned
been
it,
like,
and
after
Will
saying-
didn't even punch him.
Oh yeah, but he could have easily said like after getting slapped and saying what it was it was a joke, just like your marriage. He could have followed it up with just like another joke right after that, but he didn't.
I would have killed
it. But he did. Chris took it way better than I think a lot of people would.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
I
and I'll
don't
explain.
agree
No, Will
that-
Smith.
Tell you what, if this was fake, there would have been a beef between Chris Rock and Will Smith on social media right now.
That's grown men. They're not 20 years old.
I don't think they're going to be Twitter beefing.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Anything else y'all got to say before I let y'all go?
I'm good. I don't agree with it. This is not standing up for black women.
I mean, I was other than getting chaotic. That shit was crazy. But...
Yeah, that
chaotic was weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was weird.
I see chaotic back in the chat. What happened to your
I
stream?
do
You
think he
said
was
drop the link.
100% trolling.
Oh, wait.
Thanks,
Garvey.
Nefertiti, before we end the stream, you want to talk to chaotic?
Yeah, sure.
Because you a black woman, and I love to see what you got to say to him.
Oh, God.
Chaotic. Well, everybody else, I'll holler at y'all on the back end. I'm about to see if this is gonna be interesting or not.
Speaking to you all.
All right. Now, let's see if chaotic is gonna join us. Now, again, I have to say this. I think some of his takes are wildly generalized. Don't agree with him, but I still give him the avenue to talk. And there he is. Chaotic.
Yeah, I had some technical difficulty. I was supposed to start my live stream at 5:30, but the studio it's cool. I'm gonna start at 6:30. Nevertheless, though, thanks for having me back, Ruin Leon. And guys, by the way, please get the likes up for Ruin Leon. He is one of the greatest content creators on YouTube right now. What's up, Nefertiti? How are you doing?
Hello.
Nefertiti, did you know that Nefertiti's mother, her name was Queen T, a very, very beautiful woman as well. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just here just because I listened to what you had to say before, and I was just like,
yeah,
dude, that is that's bold.
Yeah. Why was it bold? Keep it real. Keep it real. Go ahead. Why was it bold?
Because you sound like Uncle Ruckus.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. You got the floor. Spit it out. Don't you listen. I don't get offended. So you say what you want to say. Go ahead.
I'm not getting offended. It's more just or anything like that. It's more just like
yeah. Spit it out. Come on.
All of this, dude. Can you let me get my words together?
Hold on. Let her get her words.
Because I'm trying to figure out what's the best thing to say.
Okay.
It comes off as just the most grossly over exaggerated generalization, just like Leon said, and absolute nonsense bullshit that you hear from some idiot racist or whatever that's just whatever, some black dude stole his parking spot one day, whatever, or just like the grandson of some fucking D tier Klansman. But
go ahead.
I don't really see why you would think this, and then going into the whole Japan thing, and I was like, dude, like someone else said, up until probably like World War II, Japan was on some straight up bullshit of what they were doing over in East Asia. So East
Mhm.
and Southeast Asia. So I mean, I don't I think that should be your proof of how it's not biological,
Mhm.
where they immediately you just, kind of just flipped everything in terms of how they act. Because outside of that, there is, the Nanking Massacre, there is, their conquest of Korea, comfort women, damn near putting people into a plane to just use themselves as a bomb.
Kamikaze, yes, I know.
Yeah, kamikaze. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that should be your proof of how this isn't
Yeah.
biological. But
Yeah.
you're going off on this whole a whole thing about like black people and like this and like we're destructive and stuff like that. And I agree with Leon. Stop using we. Do you know what I do every day? I get up, I go to work, I come home. The most violence I see is in the damn video game playing Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I don't and that's the same with everyone else that I know. I know some people that have been violent. I think everyone, black, white, everyone knows someone that's been violent. I think in America at least, everyone knows one person that is currently in jail or has been to jail. So I don't see how you can only see this as black people being violent and that we are biologically violent when I've gone through my entire life, never been arrested, never been suspended from school. I got detention once in school because I was late to school. So where is this biologically that you're saying black people are predisposed to violence?
And I just want to say before you
than-
answer that, chaotic.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, and I'm
The
gonna
day
ask you
before.
this. I'm gonna ask you this again, just so I can make sure. You said that what you were talking about was opinionated, but you were giving up some stats. Is what you're saying about black people being biologically destructive and aggressive? Is that an opinion, or do you have some research that you would want me to look at?
Well, I don't have any research, but most of it is opinions and the fact that I have a set of eyes. Um, if you go to generally any city where blacks are the dominant group in America, let's just use America as an example. The city is in disarray. The city is in chaos. There have been so many failed cities because the city has been handed over to blacks. One of them is Detroit. I can name you city after city where blacks are in control and the city is ran and mismanaged. Um, we both okay. Well, Nefertiti, give me a second. I respected you and allowed you to speak. Give me a
Oh no, I
second.
wasn't about to say but I had to hold myself from speaking. But yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
So we can't sit up here and pretend. Our people make rap songs for the past 30 years, even before you guys were born, boasting about murder. Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna go on mute, Rowan Leon, because she wants to talk. Go ahead. I'm gonna go on mute because I respected her. She can't respect me.
Nefertiti.
Go ahead.
Let him talk.
No, you talk.
I'm sorry.
No, no,
Go
no, no, no,
ahead.
no, 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 no. Chaotic.
Yes, sir.
You talk.
Thank you, sir. Again, I have been listening. I'm not a big fan of rap, but rap is a part of our culture in America. It's part of American culture. And for 30 years, blacks have rapped about the most egregious physical and violent acts known to man. Other groups of people generally don't make art that way. They just don't. I'm sorry. You listen, gangster rap in the 90s before you guys were born was wildly popular and wildly violent. The fact is that yes, we have a problem with the way we manage our cities and infrastructure. It even permeates in Africa. If there is no European or Asian intervention, the cities are in chaos. Look at Liberia. Look at most African cities. If there's not whites involved, the city is mismanaged. The city does not have a good supply chain. And honestly, it may be, like I said the other day, maybe African people in the diaspora are 1 or 2 ages behind other people. Now, it doesn't mean that every black is the same. I'm not saying that. Every white isn't the same. Every Asian isn't the same. But in the Asian race, I would suspect that there are more intelligent Asians than dumb Asians. I would suspect in the black race, we have a lot of dumb blacks compared to smart blacks. And the proof is we joke about blacks being smart. Oh, he's the educated lame. He's all of this and that. We even boast about it. We joke about it. So the thing is that I don't pretend. Now, Nefertiti and Ruin Leon and everybody in the chat, you guys can have your opinions and perspectives. That's fine. But there is no way in hell that people are going to sway me to not believe what I have believed and seen for 37 years. We are destructive. I've seen cities destroyed, towns destroyed. I've seen institutions destroyed because you let in a certain segment of blacks who don't have the intellectual capability to sustain it. Yes, are there wildly intelligent blacks? Of course there are. Neil deGrasse Tyson, S. James Gates, we have geniuses in our race. But the fact is that the geniuses tend to be, I don't want to use the word swallowed, but the geniuses tend to be put to the back burner, and we let the idiots represent our race because there's more. Again, smart blacks aren't breeding compared to dumb blacks. Dumb blacks outbreed smart blacks. Now, I know what I'm saying may be hurtful to people, and that's fine. But nobody can sway me not to believe that. So as a race of people, I point out the things that make us bad. Here goes the Jewish race. They represent a very, very small percentage of the population, but for some reason, they dominate at almost every field. It's because, first of all, they breed good. They breed for intelligence, and they breed for wealth, and they breed for culture. We don't breed for that in our race. Yes, I was never violent. I grew up with two parents, and I never knew anybody who went to the penitentiary, etc. But I have worked in law enforcement. I've been a teacher, like I told Ruin Leon the other day, and I have witnessed all of these things. So I'm not going to sit up here and pretend. What say you, Nefertiti?
Hold on, Nefertiti. Hold on. I want to say one thing. I agree with what you just said, Chaotic. There are smart blacks. There's dumb blacks. They are people who do all this destructive shit in all these different cities. Some worse than others, yes. And yes, the dumb gets outweighed by all the people that's trying to like actually make a change for the culture of black people, instead of just allowing all this shit that in one aspect people want to call out to look like heroes, but then they support behind the scenes. The one thing I'm gonna just take issue with is the we. Because like you said, we got the smart blacks, or however you want to phrase them. They're not going to be with all the looting, rioting, the breaking into people's property, the going into stores and taking all that. So it's not everybody. And I just got to think about Ben Shapiro, because he's like the main one that like to say this shit. Your feelings, not facts. And you can have whatever belief you want. But when you're saying things like black people, which includes me, includes you, includes Nefertiti, are biologically capable of being destructive, that's me saying, now hold on, I would need a little bit more evidence for that. I get that you've seen things. I'm not taking away from what you've seen, because I've also seen black people being destructive. I got a video that I need to edit showing black people being destructive. So that completely with you on.
Yes, sir.
But is it everybody?
No.
Do more of us need to start calling it out so we can actually have a little bit more of peace in our cities? Yes.
Agreed.
Now, can I say something to you, Ruin Leon?
What is that?
Where I got to give you a little bit of pushback. I find it extremely funny that in the black race, we get so upset when we generalize the negative aspects and say, oh, what do you mean we? But when blacks are successful, when blacks are the best at sports, for some reason we say, "Oh yeah, we are like this, man. We do this, man. We invented this, man. We always say we when it's something that is positive and uplifting." But it's funny, the things that are pointed out as the destructive things. That's not what we do. We don't do that. But just like it is, though, I can sit up here and say, give me a second. I can sit up here and say that blacks are the best athletes. Every black person in the room will say, yeah, man, you're right. We are the best athletes. I can sit up in the room and say, yeah, blacks, man, we tend to be very resilient out of all the other races. I mean, generally, blacks can go through a lot more than other races. Yeah, man, you're right, man. We can do that. Yeah, man, we. But as soon as you say, hey, blacks have a propensity to litter a lot. Oh man, I don't litter. We don't do that. We stop. It's either or. It's either. Sorry, go ahead, Leon. You know I can take over a panel. Go ahead, Leon.
You know what's crazy about that? I agree with you.
Thank you, sir.
The idea of, let's prop ourselves up when we do good, and we don't talk about the bad. I agree with you.
Yes,
because you got those people.
Mhm.
One of my favorites is what's her name? Seal. She like to be around when the blacks do good, but don't want to address when blacks do dumb. Joanne Reed, Don Lemon, all three people I just named, black people. They like to be around and be the positive. But I don't know if you watch my videos. I don't know if any of y'all here watch my videos. The one thing that I say on a not consistent basis, because I don't talk about it every single day, but when it comes to communities, the ones that claim to be marginalized and fighting for something and fighting for peace, the one thing that I want them to do more, along with them talking about all the good, is addressing the bad. And yes, it ain't everybody. It ain't never gonna be everybody, because everybody not gonna be doing all the same bad shit. All you gotta do is say, hey, 5 people right here doing and saying some outlandish shit. Stop or get the fuck, because we don't want you in our shit. That's something I'm always contest to. So I'm not really mad at you for saying that. Absolutely. And you said you pushed back on me. I don't feel like you just pushed back on me at all.
Thank you.
Again, it's just that one thing, that biological part that you lose me on.
Well, like I said, the biological part, like, again, I'm not a scientist in terms of a degreed scientist, but I consider myself a scientist in terms of a kindred spirit. But the fact is that let me stop saying we. I'm going to have to ask myself this question. Why does it appear that the Japanese are superior to other Asian groups? How did this small island of Asians damn near conquer China? How did this small Asian island do the atrocities that it did to these other Asian groups? Could it be that they are more advanced than the other Asian groups? I mean, obviously, if somebody is conquering you, technologically speaking, they might be a little bit more superior to you. So what I'm saying is that could it be that the Japanese, they have a way of breeding for intelligence? I don't know. I mean, these are just questions that I have always asked myself. And again, I could be completely wrong on everything that I say. But the fact of the matter is that, I don't think that what I'm saying should be swept to the rug and say, okay, and I'm not saying that you guys are doing that, but I go to panels and people say, oh, get him out of here. We don't want to hear that. But why not? If it's so wrong and crazy, or if you think I'm trolling, why not hear it? But go ahead.
To answer your question, I think why some people might have a problem with you on their panels is because of how you're saying things. And again, this is something I also talk about. You got to make sure you're crafting your argument, not to be like, I'm not calling you this because I don't think you are this, not to be like an aggressive dick trying to just troll a bunch of people.
Yeah.
If you actually are like trying to bring conversation to the topic or to the panel, you would want whatever it is you're about to talk about to be a certain, not even just like a certain way, to make sure that everybody knows clear cut and concise what it is you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you say you a scientist of, would you say you were a scientist?
Well, I would say that I'm a scientist, like it's a hobby, not like a degree, like I have a degree in any science, but yes. So I'm not a real scientist.
I'm about to say, so you're not a scientist.
No.
Because the way you just dressed that up made it seem like you a Twitter activist, like giving a hot take. Because when I heard that, that's kind of what I was getting from that. And so again, I'm guessing, or you even said it, you don't have any stats to prove that black people specifically are biologically capable of that. Okay. When you do things like that,
yes, sir,
that's not really going to help you, like, in terms of getting people to hear you. Because there was a part of me, and I asked you, and I'll probably ask you again if you're trolling me.
Sure. You're asking me if I'm not trolling you. I wholeheartedly believe everything that I say.
All right. I just gotta make sure. Sometimes people want to troll.
No, I don't troll.
And you older than me, but hopefully this could be some advice, because maybe nobody got life figured out. Nobody younger than me, nobody older than me got life figured out.
Exactly.
So maybe when you have another panel or when you do your live stream in like the next hour or a couple minutes, and you have people on who disagree, hopefully, and I haven't really like watched anything yet that's really of like a shout match, but hopefully if you end up in one, or at least on your part,
right,
you make sure what you're saying is clear, cut, and concise. And even if somebody's being like, no, fuck you, this is what you meant, you explain it again. And if they still going on with it in their head, then they don't want to listen to what you have to say.
Right.
Because the majority of what you said today, I agree with. You lose me on the biological part,
Yeah,
but
and
everything else.
And I agree with Leon. It, like some of the things that you're saying, I do agree with because I see it. I see it a lot. But it is the delivery of how it comes off. That's why. That's why it sounds like you're trolling. That's why you kind of come off sounding like Uncle Ruckus and things like that. But I mean, like I said, I agree with Leon. There is a lot of things, even within the Black community, that does need to address, and people should address it more. That's kind of the reason why I like watching Leon's videos. He does address those things that like I say to my friends, friends that I know isn't gonna, lose their minds because you don't fall within the echo chamber.
Yes.
But it is things that won't fall in the echo chamber. But I don't really go out probably as boldly like Leon does to address everyone. Mostly because I just want to get up and go to work the next day. I don't really feel like dealing with someone's panties getting in a bunch.
Any last words? Because I'm about to wrap the stream up.
Oh, awesome, man. Thank you so much for having me on here. Thank you guys.
It was great to be on.
Yep. Thank you guys to the chat, the panel, Nefertiti, Leon, of course. And guys, I'm sending out positivity to everybody. Positivity is a wave within the universe. And when you get it, please reciprocate it or send it back out to everybody else. Guys, have a good one. Peace.
I agree.
All right. I see people in the live lobby. I'm sorry, but we got to wrap this one up. I've been going for 2 hours. Gaming with Rashad, my bad. Because I tried to get you in earlier. I don't know what happened. Diff, get your ass out. I'm tired of you, Diff, holding up that damn sign. But to end on any note, I want to end this stream like this. Because somebody really wanted to have like the hot take moment. And before I end this, I want everybody to see it and just have a collective laugh with me. Just a note to white people that what happened between Will, Jada, and Chris is black folks' business. Tread lightly. Then why the fuck was it on everybody's TVs, you dumbass? It was on national TV. Everybody who saw it got an opinion now. It don't matter. You don't get to christen who gets to speak on that. It's everybody's business who saw it on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, this live stream. I had white people talking about this. What, they not allowed to talk about it now? And it's just another case of example of dumb people saying dumb shit just to get some likes on Twitter. So, everybody, I'm glad y'all came for this impromptu little stream, but I got to go. I got to take a bath. I got to lather myself in lotion and live a life where I can watch Monday Night Raw. Yes, I still watch wrestling because at least there I could get some realistic punches. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a